Hello, friends. Feeling overweight? Would you like an easy solution where you don't have to, be responsible, exercise, and eat right? Well, there are a variety of drugs on the market just for you. Side effects include blindness. Blindness. You want to go blind? Okay. So let me just start off by saying Daily Mail says more Americans on Ozempic go blind as doctors sound alarm over potentially startling side effect. And oh boy, are these big companies that make big bucks really upset that this news story is getting out. That being said, of course, I'm in the business of making sure you guys have the full context. There was a study done 8 months ago, which they published, that found that there may be an increased risk of going blind on drugs like Ozempic, particularly the brand name for Ozempic. They didn't use the brand name, but we'll get into it. And some people have gone blind. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not a doctor. Don't know for sure. I'm just a guy reading the headlines. The only thing I can say to you right off the bat is be responsible. I'm going to tell you right away my opinion and my bias on this. Why are people taking drugs to lose weight? It's just called eat better, exercise. Instead, you've got people who are taking a drug. And I got to tell you, I know people who've taken this. And I've got friends and they were like, well, I was having trouble losing weight. And so I decided to get Ozempic. And I'm like, I am flabbergasted. That gaining weight is not a bacterial or viral disease. It is a function of your body, and you have a bad diet. You have a bad life structure. Exercise and eating healthy are responsibilities of ours. But by all means, more Americans on Ozempic go blind as doctors sound alarm or potentially startling side effect. Now, of course, there was also that Super Bowl ad for Hims and Hers, where they were advertising a drug to help you lose weight. When I asked people and they told me about what Ozempic does, here's what I was told. Again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know exactly what the stuff, is or whatever. All I know is it has that awful commercial with that song. You know what I'm talking about. And they said it slows your metabolism and makes it so you don't want to eat. And I was just like, oh, what I do is I just don't eat. That's crazy. But look, man, I don't know. Maybe a lot of you out there are taking this drug because you need a drug to stop you from eating. I got to be honest. For me, with the exercise that I do, I'm actually losing weight right now and trying to eat more. I get it, though. Not everybody has a lifestyle and a routine built around exercise, and a lot of people don't like it. Me, I'm not a big fan of going jogging or doing a workout routine. That's not in line with my life. I skateboard almost every day, though. High intensity, VO2 max, and that'll rip the fat right off your body. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. I have goals. But I got to tell you guys, build a routine. Let's read the story. Of course, before we do, let me, my browser is giving me the business. Let's pull up Timcast.com, and I'll send you guys over there to become a member. We had a lot of fun, and there are 2 episodes of The Green Room that I really do recommend that we just put up last night. Milo Yiannopoulos and Nick Oakes. Now, Milo's funny, and it's a wild conversation. Very strange. If you want to be entertained, I recommend it. It's very weird. And before we actually filmed that, Ian was discussing with Nick Oakes being tortured by the government. So I recommend clicking the link in the description below, becoming a member at timcast.com. You will not regret it. Become a member today. But let's jump back to that story on Ozempic and see what's going on. Experts have sounded the alarm about blockbuster weight loss drugs like Ozempic leaving users blind. Several studies have linked the shots to conditions that cause inflammation and block blood flow to the eye, causing severe and sometimes permanent vision loss. Now, researchers have detailed 9 new reports of U.S. patients who went blind after taking semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and Mounjaro. Mounjaro, is that how you say that? One woman, injected 1 dose of semaglutide for her diabetes and woke up the next morning blind in her left eye. This prompted her to stop the medication for 2 months before her diabetes forced her to go back on it. 2 weeks after restarting, she lost vision in her right eye as well. Holy crap. I mean, lady, I get it. Diabetes, it's a problem. You're trying to find a way to live on it. Wow. But going blind in both eyes. You think after the first eye was gone, you'd be like, this is just not working. Man. You know, there's a funny meme, and someone said, I'm getting on Ozempic not because I need to lose weight, but that class action lawsuit that's coming is going to pay gangbusters. Yeah. Another woman had been taking semaglutide for a year, woke up one morning with a painless shadow over her left eye. Testing revealed blood vessels in her retina had become damaged, leading to blindness. And one suffered bleeding in his left eye after taking, how do you say it, terzepatide for a year. However, doctors told him to keep taking the drug due to a lack of evidence linking his condition to the weight loss shots. The researchers wrote in JAMA Ophthalmology last month that it's not clear exactly what could be causing the side effect. The experts said the exact cause is unclear. Drugs like Ozempic rapidly lowering blood sugar levels could damage blood vessels in the eye, leading to vision loss. Absolute benefits and risks of fat jabs revealed. Oh, heavens me. What's this? Increased risks of syncope? Is that what it says? Syncope? How do you say it? Syncope. Nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, hypotension, arthralgia, arthritis, bone pain. Bone pain. Okay. Tendinitis. Yikes. Osteoarthritis, interstitial nephritis. I don't nephrolithiasis. I don't know what these things are. Headaches, sleep disturbances. Hemorrhoids, non-infectious gastroenteritis, gastroparesis. Whoa. Gastritis, GERD. Or is it pronounced GERD? I don't know. Diverticulosis and diverticulitis. That is really bad. Wow. That's I know people who got that you could die. Okay? You have a decreased risk of shock, fever, anemia, clotting disorders. You know, gangrene. That's interesting. Hemorrhagic stroke. Alcohol use disorders. Whoa, really? If you take this, it could help you with your alcoholism? Hey, look, I'm going to say this about it. Drugs always have side effects. You formulate a drug because it's going to do something. So I'll give you an example. I took ibuprofen when I got my dental work done. I don't like narcotics, and opioids do nothing to me. It's nothing for the pain. It's the most annoying thing in the world is they're like, we're going to give you the good stuff. And I'm like, yeah, this won't help me. Just give me the ibuprofen. I can buy it over the counter. NSAIDs. Magic. However, while the pain goes away, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs will stop your body from producing the mucus lining in your stomach, and it will decrease blood flow to your kidneys. Side effects always happen. There's no magic, bullet that's going to stop these things from happening. And in the long run, sometimes you take that balance. That's what it does. There's a positive and a negative. I don't know about going blind, though. I wouldn't go anywhere near it. The experts said the exact cause is unclear, could damage blood vessels in the eyes. Health officials in Denmark, where Ozempic maker Novo Nordisk is based, is currently investigating the links between semaglutide and vision loss. The new report detailed the case of 9 adults taking either semaglutide or terzepatide. The average patient was 57. The majority were women. The patients were from Utah, Minnesota, New York, West Virginia, and Ohio. Look at this lady. Her eyes clearly gone. Wow. Jacqueline Barber of Louisville, Kentucky, slept on the couch with a garbage can next to her for about a year. She lost 140 pounds. Her teeth began crumbling because of the stomach acid in her vomit. And she became so weak that she had to walk her to ground. She suffered other side effects. Why would you keep taking it? Ashley Keenan, 37, started Ozempic in 2020 to help type 2 diabetes. See, that I get. Your doctor says you got diabetes, but fine. While she was her thinnest at age 18, her blood sugar spiked and her potassium got so low that her heart stopped. She spent 10 days. I don't know what that has to do with going blind on this stuff. Look, man, all these celebrities are losing weight, doing drugs, and it's the freakiest thing ever to me. Freaky, man. Look, we got this story. Hims and Hers Super Bowl commercial ad draws ire from drug industry. Really? They were like, there's a backlash to the drug weight loss drug commercial, and it's like from the drug companies. Hims and Hers makes its Super Bowl commercial debut in 2025 with a spot for the telehealth company's weight loss medications set to This Is America. Let me zoom in on this. Drug industry groups took issue with the ad in the days leading up to the Super Bowl, asking the FDA to take action and protect Americans from misleading markets. In a statement, Hims and Hers said the drug industry is trying to cancel an ad that directly calls out how they are part of a system that fails to prioritize the health of Americans. Yo, the commercial was literally for weight loss drugs. And what? Do they have the commercial here? I played this the other day.
Obesity is America's deadliest epidemic.
This is America.
74% of us are overweight, and obesity leads to 500,000 deaths each year.
Sure does.
You just have to stop eating, Jimmy.
This is America.
Something's broken.
Jimmy. I thought you said Ginny yesterday.
It's not our bodies. It's the system. Welcome to Weight Loss in America.
Like and subscribe.
A $160 billion industry that feeds on our failure.
Yeah.
There are medications that work, but they're priced for profits, not patients.
This is America.
This system wasn't built to help us. It was built to keep us sick and stuck. But not anymore. Hims and Hers offers life-changing weight loss medications. They're affordable, doctor-trusted, and formulated in the USA. You get a treatment plan designed by a doctor to fit your body, goals, and lifestyle. You deserve to feel great in your body. This is the future of healthcare. This is Hims and Hers. Join us.
This is the end of days. I'm sorry. We are at the point now where Super Bowl commercials are like, they're not designed to help you. They're trying to keep you sick and make $189 billion off weight loss. Take our drug instead. Okay, whatever, Hims and Hers. I'm going to help you guys out for free. But you know what? God helps those who help themselves. Is that what they say? You got to eat better. Yes, that's it. You got to eat better. You have to exercise. It's a combination of these things. Look, I hear it all the time. You get these celebrity doctors or whatever, or people like Neil deGrasse Tyson is like, all that matters is calories in, calories out. That's not true. That dude's fat. Like, come on. I love it. Mike Cernovich calls these people out all the time when these medical experts, these doctors will be on X and they'll say, I recommend doing this thing for your health. And then he just posts a picture of their face being like, you're fat. Dude, there's an old joke, I guess you'd call it. You're driving through a small town and there are two dentists, one with really bad teeth and one with really good teeth. Which one do you go to? And the joke, riddle, whatever, is supposed to be, you go to the one with the bad teeth because he doesn't work on his own teeth. The idea being that the dentist who has bad teeth is doing a really good job on the dentist with good teeth, and the dentist with good teeth is doing a bad job on the dentist with bad teeth. Now, to be honest, I actually think that's rather stupid. The haircut one works better. You go to you drive through a small town, and there's two barbers, one with really great hair and one with really bad hair. Which one you go to? That one makes more sense. Because I got to be honest, if a dentist isn't taking care of his own teeth, I'm not going to trust him. But I do think it's a good point that when you get these doctors on X or whatever, and they're like, I recommend you do this important thing for your health, and then they're just like they're slobs, they're overweight, they're unhealthy people. It's like, bro, I ain't listening to you. You're at high risk for type 2 diabetes and you're going to die young. Have you ever seen an elderly fat person? There's another sad story where it's like, have you ever seen an elderly tall person? Yikes. Can't do nothing about that. But why am I going to take advice from these companies? I mean, this is absolutely sickening to me. I'm sorry, man. I am not a fan of any of this stuff. You got these people telling you how to lose weight. Well, I lost a bunch of weight. I don't know. We're going on 4 years now. 4 years ago, I was about 200 pounds. Now I'm 180. I was down to 170, but then I started slamming protein shakes and lifting. And so, thinned up. I actually think now I'm probably like 177. Yeah, I lost 3 pounds when when I got my tooth pulled. I couldn't eat any food. There are ways to do it, my friends. And I strongly recommend, and I recommend you guys actually focus on diet and exercise. But the point I was making about, these people who say it's just calories in, calories out, like Neil deGrasse Tyson recently said that, and I'm like, dude, you're overweight. Like, I'm not listening to you about any of this stuff. Bring me like a UFC fighter. Just give me Colby Covington. I'll say, hey, how do you stay in shape? I'm gonna listen to that guy. That guy's a fighter, and Sean Strickland or whatever. I don't know. I guess they both lost it. They lost their last 2 fights or whatever. Maybe I should mention their guys. But no, they're cool dudes, and they're fit and they're in shape. I'm not going to go to advice on people who are overweight and don't know what they're doing. Now, I'll tell you why. I don't literally think it's the end of days, but this is transhumanism. This is the you will live in the pot and eat the bugs, and we are heading in that direction with things like this. This is all a major component of it. We're at the point where instead of doing what you have to do as for what and who you are and how the human body works, people are choosing drugs and technology. And this, sure, you take a shot. It changes the way you consume food. It makes you sick, whatever. And then you lose weight. You could just, I don't know, not eat the food. But maybe the drug will help you do that. Fine. Talk to your doctor. Don't take advice from me on what you should or shouldn't do. Some people do need some of these medications, like the diabetes stuff I get. We are heading in two directions. One of two directions. Maybe both. I don't know. One is we plug our brains into a Neuralink system and then become gods of our own mini video game universes where we get to be exactly what we want to be. The joke I make all the time is one day I'll be lying on my deathbed, looking at my family, being like, I love you all. And then next thing I know, I wake up, I'm a morbidly obese, loser, sitting in a VR pod covered in Cheeto dust. I take the goggles off like, that was fun. Who knows? Maybe this experience in this life will serve me right. And when I awaken into base reality as a morbidly obese loser, I'm not saying all people who are morbidly obese are losers. I'm saying I would be one. Maybe then I'll say, I got to turn my life around. But we're heading in that direction. Or the transhumanist agenda. Many people want to live in this world where you can, by drug manipulation, technology of some sort, literally alter your genetic code down to the base level in real time. These are people who want to inject, they want to be splicers. You guys ever play BioShock? They want to inject themselves with gene-altering drugs, chemicals, viruses, whatever, so that their body starts changing and they literally become something else. This is the rudimentary level. This is the Model T. Tired of being fat? Inject yourself with this chemical concoction and it'll stop you from eating. This is, imagine playing, for those who don't know, in BioShock, what an amazing game, by the way. Would you kindly smash the like button? So it's basically, it's very, very libertarian-esque, objectivist. They build a city underwater to escape the laws or whatever. I don't know why it's underwater, whatever. It could have been built above water, but sure. And what happens is it's free market, but the society starts falling apart because people, they sell gene splicing injections and people keep abusing them until it makes them go insane. And so in the game, how does it manifest? Well, the character injects himself and then all of a sudden he can wield fire in his hand or whatever. Sure, I guess not a thing that makes sense, but it's a fun game. And then you go insane from manipulating your genetic code. But this is the direction people are already going. Now, I know it's one thing to play a video game where you inject yourself with a gene-altering serum, which gives you telekinesis, which would be fun. Would you do that? And then Ozempic, which just makes you not want to eat. Sure. But this is the direction that American society is going. I beg for a resurgence into responsibility. I really do. I hope people put down the drugs, start exercising, start taking responsibility for their lives. We are human beings. This is the world we inhabit. But this is what the agenda is going to be. Why? It's easy. It's just easy. There's a quote that I like, and I can't remember who said it. There's something to the effect of, if humans ever meet aliens, we will shake hands not because we've overcome nuclear weapons, but because we've overcome the Xbox. And it's something to that effect. And I can't remember who said it. There's another quote that's very similar. But the general idea was that human evolution has driven us to this point of self-gratification, where we spend more time triggering our dopamine based on evolutionary factors instead of trying to elevate beyond, trying to build something sustainable. The average human is more concerned with sex, drugs, and rock and roll, I guess. The easy outs. Now, taking the easy way is actually an evolutionary strategy. Expending less energy is the most important thing. So it's ingrained in us. For humans that were living out in the middle of nowhere, doing things the hard way would kill you. You have a certain amount of energy. If you are expending too much and consuming too little, you die. And so humans were always looking for a way to improve. Hence, we have built civilization where things are a lot easier to do than they've ever been. We extract energy from other areas to maximize energy output. The issue then becomes, in this frame of mind, we are more likely to do drugs and plug our brains into a machine because it requires less energy. This is why people are lazy. It's not necessarily wrong to not want to work. If you don't have to, that's what evolution prescribed. Don't do the work because it wastes energy if you don't have to. Now, we have advanced to a point where we have to simulate hard work. We literally go to gyms and do the work that normally we do on a farm. You'd lift heavy things, you'd hunt, you'd carry things. You'd have to walk places. Now we build machines to simulate walking places so we can stay fit because this is ingrained as a part of us. Maybe that will change, but for the time being, it's pretty scary when blindness is a side effect. Whatever, man. I'm not going to tell you how to live your lives, but it's a wild story. I'm going to wrap it up there, my friends. Smash that like button. Share the show with everyone you know. Become a member over at Timcast.com. More segments to come today. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you all in the next segment.